We run our entire company with Zoho, from accounting to HR, loss prevention, document management, everything, pretty much.
We're a tugboat company, and we have about 65 tugboats that are entering their daily traffic within Zoho Creator, and that's how we're using that, and I've been very happy with it. It's an excellent product.
So we have with us Ms. Siobhan, the CEO of Adams Butler. Adams Butler is a luxury travel designer firm that crafts vacation experiences for A-list clients like Taylor Swift, Will Smith, Michael Jackson, to name a few. First of all, I want to check with you, Ms. Siobhan. How are you doing, and how is Adams Butler responding to the coronavirus pandemic?
Well, we're very lucky because our clients are the type that aren't as affected. Just before lockdown in Ireland, we had a lot of people coming in on private jets. And a few people chose to self-isolate in Ireland. Like, Matt Damon was self-isolating in Ireland because he was filming here at the time. So, just a simple thing like him being stuck in Ireland gave Ireland a lot of publicity around the world. So it's not great. But we got through the recession, we got through 9/11, so I'm sure we can weather the storm. And people will never stop wanting to travel. Like, they always want to, reconnect with nature or regather with their family. Because a lot of people, they've relatives living all around the world, and now they want to regather. So, or even just reconnect with themselves. So, it's tough at the moment, but things will always get better.
So tell the audience something about yourself. I'm sure they all want to know what about you.
Okay, well, we set up the company in 2003. I was actually managing another company, and I saw a gap in the market. So I had decided to do an MBA. And when I was doing my MBA, the idea came for the company. So the business plan for Adams Butler was actually my thesis for the MBA. And then I got a first class honor, which I was delighted with. So I said, well, it can't be too bad. So then I set up the company just after that. And it's been going from strength to strength. We were very, very lucky that at an early stage of the development of the company, we actually had Michael Jackson as a client, and that really put us on the map. And then after we had Michael Jackson, we quickly became a member of Virtuoso, which is a very high-end consortia around the world. And we were their ground handler for Ireland and the UK. And since then, we've joined all the major consortias. And really, it's gone from strength to strength. But we're very lucky because we have an amazing team here at Adams Butler. And also, we work with the travel industry. So it's very seamless. Like, a lot of our clients will be actually the travel advisors around the world who would book us. And we enjoy working with them. And it makes life easier for us. And we're glad when clients are happy.
For the record, Ms. Siobhan, you really are inspiring. So let's just go on. So what does low code mean to you?
Low code means to me that it's very user friendly, in a sense that, like, we don't have an IT person in-house. So every time we look at software, we think of, well, what will happen when we want to do something? Like, we never look at software looking at it on a day-to-day basis. We always think, when a challenge arises or when we want to add something, can we do it? So that's what's very important for us for low code. And it's like, when applications like WordPress, etc., are so popular as well.
So in your view, how can low code help, the hospitality and travel industry?
Well, the thing is that we have a lot of requirements. So, if you're a travel agency, if you're a tour operator, you have a lot of requirements that you have to satisfy, both from a legal and a government point of view, as well as in-house, with administration and financial, etc. And even just analyzing your own statistics so that you can, build, a recession-proof or COVID-proof strategy going forward. So that is the type of help that we get from something that's low code, because it means that should anything have to be adjusted in the future, we can make those adaptations ourselves. And it's really, I think low code is very suitable for the type of company like ourselves who doesn't have an IT specialist in-house. It means that, if we need to do something that's a little bit more complicated, we can just, employ someone from a day, 2 or a few hours, make the adjustment for us, and then everything else we can do ourselves.
So prior to choosing Zoho Creator, were you aware of low code or technology for custom applications?
Well, what we did is we used to use, before we started using Zoho Creator, we were trying to work it out. We had probably about 6 Excel spreadsheets that we were using constantly on a day-to-day basis. And because we have, like, for example, we would use it, say, for example, if an inquiry came in, to monitor inquiries, how the conversion of the inquiry into a booking, all the properties, all the we do a lot of private visits, say with the aristocracy or, museums, attractions and galleries. And all of that would have to be, finely detailed on the different spreadsheets. And then, we would monitor money coming in, money being paid to the suppliers, the deposits, the balances coming in, commissions paid to travel agents. Because we're members of so many consortia, we had to pay fees to them as well as a percentage of turnover. So all of this was, recorded, and it was tedious because you had to remember, if you were doing a booking, to fill in on average about 6 spreadsheets. We had to take note of how many, how much was credit card payments to make sure, when we were charged by the bank, it was correct. So we needed those 6 spreadsheets from an administrative point of view, but also from, a financial point of view as well, like the financial controller. So now all of that is in one place. There's less room for error. And, we figured it saved us perhaps about 23% of the time we would normally have spent in the administration element of the business. Because Excel is amazing in its own right. It has a lot of capabilities, but it was just streamlining everything into one form, one place that everyone could see at a glance. So we have access from both the administration side and financial side, and then, reports can be done instantly. Information can be exported instantly. And so if ever, we're trying to work out whether, a marketing strategy worked, or, if we decided to, with regard to a destination or a niche, the information was there at hand. We could see immediately if we were getting business in and if it was producing, the return on investment.
So what are the reasons to choose Creator over other products or solutions?
It's simple. It's very user friendly. The most important, there must be, I would say, they say, I think it's 85% of companies have less than 10 people. So they don't always have that IT capability. So if they're using a platform, Zoho is perfect because it's easy to use, it's clean, it's simple. You can get a lot done without knowing any coding. And then if you needed something, as I said, more complicated, you can pull someone in for only a short amount of time to adjust it for you. But there's so much capability it has that we don't even use but to give you an example with us, that we started using it, and it took us, I would say, about 10 days to make it perfect for what we needed it to do. And we have an outside consultant that we bring in sometimes for process and systems, for lean, for productivity. And we made it into a format that's really, really suited us. And we worked with that for about, maybe actually only a week at first, when people within the office said, well, I actually need to get this information. Can I get that from that as well? So then, we would tweak it. So each week, as each week progressed, we added something small to it that we were able to use. And then it got to a stage where we decided now that we wanted it as a dashboard as well for me, so that at a glance, I could see the conversion rate of each person within the team. To see we were using it more as administration, management control, everything, even on the financial side. But then all of a sudden we started going deeper into it and doing it on an individual productivity basis. So now at a glance, I can see, who's the highest conversion rate, who's bringing more money into the company, etc. And I can see weaknesses that we can talk to someone and remedy their weaknesses. So it's really, really great. But what I love is that you can adapt it to suit yourself. So we were using it, we were tweaking it as we went along, and then we knew we were comfortable with it, we knew its capabilities, and we brought it to the next level. So we're on our stage 2 of Zoho, and it works really, really well. And we also know there's so many add-ons we can then look at, but we wanted to make sure that we were comfortable using it before we explored the other capabilities. Because there's so many platforms and applications out there that you only use 10% of what's available.
Yeah.
And we just want to make sure, we were at that stage then that we could confidently go forward and use the other add-ons, which we've yet to look at.
So how many applications have you built so far on Creator?
Maybe in total, we had probably about 12 applications, spreadsheets, etc., that we molded into 2 forms that gives us all the information. We did look at the CRM, But our only issue with this, we didn't use it. We decided to actually build our own platform as such. And the reason we did was that we found it was brilliant, but it was too complicated for us in a sense of, it's like if someone was using Salesforce, I think Zoho CRM would be perfect for them because it's it's much better value, and it's cleaner and it's efficient and it's effective. But for us, our clients might only contact us once in 5 years. So we don't need to see the sales funnel. We don't need to know how many times we contact them because we know that we do, we meet them at trade fairs, we send, newsletters out every month, and we do different webinars. So we know how often we contact them, so we don't need to keep a record of it. So we would have used it, except it was almost too good for us. So we need a simpler version. But if I was having a choice between Zoho CRM and Salesforce, I would choose Zoho CRM, without any hesitation. Yeah.
I think you told me that it took you 10 days to build the application and, get to where you want the Create application to be. How many users use this application on a day-to-day basis?
Well, we have two people who would use it on a day-to-day basis, the financial controller and the reservations manager. So we only need to use it because it's so simple to use. Whereas before we would have had maybe 10 people getting onto spreadsheets, making mistakes, weeks later finding a mistake, having to backtrack, fix it. Now Zoho has saved us not only the time in administration, but also you just need one person, and it's easy, and that's only part of their job. And because it's so easy to use, it streamlines everything we do. And everything relates back to Zoho. Like any answer we need in the company is in Zoho. It has all the information we need, whether from a financial or from an analytical point of view, to do with the business.
So can you briefly explain, so how do these applications come into your the travel or the the hospitality business that you're running?
Well, so we have two types of clients. We have clients that are B2B and B2C. So B2B will be booked by a travel agent. B2C will be booked by a customer. As soon as the inquiry is received, the information goes into Zoho. So it would be, the client's name, the person who's booking it, or if it's coming directly, their contact details, the inquiry. Then when someone does the actual inquiry and we send them a quote, that information is then input. So it's updated with, they were sent a quote such a date, this is what we quoted, this is the commission for the agent, and this is the gross price. So then when they convert, it's just turned into converted booking. So everything is sort of it's just updated as the sales progresses.
Or the stages.
Yeah, sorry?
Yeah, as the stages progress.
Yeah, exactly. And then what happens is, say, for example, if the financial controller is, putting money into the bank, she'll, go into Zoho, pull up how much money came in, whether it's deposits or balances. She can put it into the account system and cross-reference very easily. If there's commissions to be paid to the credit card, if there's commissions to be paid to a travel agency, or we, because we're a member of the various consortia, we have to pay 2% of our turnover. So again, she can just go, and the information is there, and she can pay on a monthly basis whatever she's to pay. So she would use it every day, and then the reservations manager would use it every day for updating the stages of the sales. And then if we want to go back, say, for example, and see, we use it with regard to nationality. So if we want to go back and see what percentage of business we got, what percentage of bookings and what percentage of revenue. So if we want to look at a customer and see how much they're giving us, whether, we could find out that one agency is giving us bookings, a lot of bookings, but they might be 7,000 per booking. And another agency might be giving us less bookings, but they're 14,000. So, anything we want to do, whatever, information we want to drill down into, it's there in Zoho for us. And very easy, everyone can do it. It's not just if I give a report to someone, they can read it. It's not a case that you have to explain the report. So we would do daily reports every day from Zoho as well.
So in your opinion, what are the benefits your Adams and Butler has achieved using the Zoho Creator app?
Well, it's the fact that it saves so much administration, the fact that it's a one-stop shop for everything, for all the information we need to keep within the business, so that, and before there might have been discrepancies because we were using different applications, and there would have been discrepancies between those applications. With Zoho Creator, there's no discrepancy because there's only one, maximum two forms that we're using. So it's we know the information is, we can rely on it. We don't have to cross-reference it.
Well, specifically, how much has Zoho Creator helped Adams Butler in terms of savings?
Well, we worked it out about 2 or 3 months ago that we were saving about 23% of the time we would have spent administering our business, in a sense of all the inquiries and sales coming in and the financial side of it. So we figured to save 23% of man hours. And then I know a lot of people, because a few people ask me, what do I think of it? And they say, has it increased your sales? Well, if you're saving 23% of your time administering, a booking, an inquiry, a tour, it means that you've got that 23% extra of your time in doing the other stuff like liaising with the customer directly, and making sure I would say it would help us convert more bookings. So indirectly, it increases sales.
That's good news to hear, Siobhan.
The other thing, by the way, is that our team love, because it's normally Gio, myself, but the customer service is amazing. You are so responsive. I don't even know what time zone you operate on, because whenever we send an email, you answer immediately. So I think I've never met such customer service as the customer service with Zoho. It's fantastic.
Thank you, Siobhan. So what are the features when we come to the product? What are the features in a Zoho Creator that you or your team likes?
Well, there's the fact that it's so clean and simple to use, and it's seamless. That's what we love. The information is there. It's quick to access. You don't have to play around with it. It presents itself easily. It's you can manipulate it in the sense of very easily. Like, for example, when COVID happened, it was very easy for us to put a new column in that it was pick up the information we wanted, because we had to refund some clients. And so, when you're refunding clients, you don't want to make a mistake, because you don't want to go back to them and say, oh, we paid you too much or we paid you too little. So, we were able to, within maybe half an hour, make it suitable for how our business was operating post-COVID. But on the other hand, the customer service is amazing. It's really fantastic.
We'll definitely pass on to the team. Sure.
And also cross-reference. We use 2 forms, and we haven't learned yet how to cross-reference them, which would be great. Yeah.
I'm sure we can do that, but I'll check up with customer support team so that they can, definitely help you with that.
It's just that's the area we didn't work on yet. But it's amazing, how it's if an organization wants to be lean, it's perfect, because it really, really is. It's astoundingly helpful for productivity, and we're all happy using it because it looks good as well. It's the cleanliness, and it's just seamless. That's the part that we really, really love. And also, it stops our financial controller would normally be talking to each individual person within the team of the reservations, like the booking team, to verify information. Now all of that is stopped. So there's less interruptions to people's work as well. It's those little things that even, add on, and they're the things that you don't quantify as much.
True. So with regard to your current experience, is there anything else that you'd like to share?
No, we're really, really happy using it, and thank you very much for creating it. It's fantastic. It really is. We love it. We've only been using it, I think, just over a year, and we love it.
Just one last question to you, Siobhan. So this pandemic, what do you think it's going to affect the travel and hospitality industry in the future? Do you see that happening the way people expect out of travel operators like you?
Well, we're lucky because we're in the high end. So when people travel with us, they tend to want to go off the beaten track. People don't book us to go to, say, a seaside resort. They book us because they want to. Our clients, when they travel, they just don't see and do, but they also feel and engage, and they want to meet real people. So we're very much into doing those experiences. They want to go to places that no one else has gone. They want to discover a part of the world for themselves. So we're lucky that ties in with the trends that are happening post-COVID. Like we specialize a lot in, further away destinations such as Africa. My husband's Kenyan, so we do a lot of Africa. We do a lot of Latin America. Places like Mongolia, that's where our clients want to go. New Zealand and Australia, like a lot of people don't realize, but in Australia, there's so many places off the beaten track in the bush that are fantastic. So all of that will help our clients, because as well as a lot of our clients are American, it's South American, Arab, Russian, but we also have Irish clientele. And it's our Irish clientele and our American clientele who book a lot of Africa and places further away. But that type of people will still want to travel, like we have that urge to explore. It's natural. So I think that, it'll be more difficult, but I think the type of travel we do is perfect for a world post-COVID.
And we hope Zoho Creator, continues the journey with you as well. Making your business successful.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Rika. I appreciate it.